Hi, I'm glad you dropped by today. My name is Lynda Phippen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Ontario, Canada. I have a few Christmas cards that I would like to share with you, fun folds, and a surprise kind of string art. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. This is the set that we're going to be working with today. It's called Tidings and Trimmings. There's lots of really neat ideas that you can work with. I kind of got stuck on the stars, but there are, of course, stockings and some greenery and wonderful sentiments. The sentiment that I used for both of the cards are cheers from our house to yours. And I think that's well said for Christmas. So the first card looks like this, and it has a little bit of kind of string art on it. You can see the twine goes all the way around. It really has a nice look, especially with the gold star. So let me just show you all the pieces we've got here. So the first thing I did was I took the DSP and I measured it by 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and I've used this punch to just give notches along the edges to get the string in. So I tried to make them all about the same, not too deep because the string is not that. So I just did 2 on each side, and again, it doesn't really matter where you put them. At least that's my thought. You could certainly make them look more uniform. And I just went as far as the point goes, so it's not very deep. And so there we go. We've got 4 on each side. We'll clean that up later. This twine that I'm using is from Simply Elegant. Simply Elegantly Trimmed. So you do need some tape just to secure the end. And it doesn't matter where you start either. So just to be safe, we're going to put 2 pieces on. And all you do is go back and forth. And there really isn't a right or a wrong way, as long as you catch all 6 pieces. And that's how quick it is. So we're going to put some tape on there again. And again, I suggest 2 pieces of tape because you don't want it to get loose. And this is gold, very fine. It does fray, which is another reason why I put extra tape on. So the star is part of the set, and on the next card you'll see that I used adhesive on the back, but I didn't do it on this one, so you can see how much easier it will be when you use the adhesive. But it's okay. A little bit of glue on a few of the ends. And then we just stick it on our evergreen evening evergreen. Now this is why I always get so much glue on. And I missed a little spot. So I'm just going to put that upside down for a moment. And while we're waiting for that to dry, we can use we can just get this on the base. The base is a square card, 5 by 5. And I sometimes just like to have a different shaped card. So this can open, of course, up or by the side, and I am going to do it by the side, sideways. Now there's one little spot where I went a little bit too far with my punch, so we're just easily fixed. And this one I want to put some dimensions on. If I can grab some quickly. And even though this card looks like you spend hours on, as you can see, very quick and easy. And it gives the effect of the strings around the die cut, which is kind of the look that inspired me. There's always something that gives you an idea, so that's what gave me the idea, and I think it looks quite nice. So the dimensions go on the star, and if it bothers you that they don't line up, of course, look at this, we cover it up, and it looks like it lined up perfectly. And the sentiment, cheers from our home to yours. Again, we'll just put some dimensions on there. Dimensions are nice because they do give you it adds to the texture of the card, and everything, of course, is not so flat. And okay, so again, the gold on the back on the dark green just looks fantastic. And I used some of these, let me see, gold holly leaves just to put on the sentiment. With a little bit of glue, 2 on one side and 1 on the other. Now, I think that it was sparkly enough, but you know, is there ever enough sparkle? So we'll put the leaves on. And of course, we need to find just a little bit of gold. So these tiny champagne rhinestones, there we go. And then how about we put one right in the middle? And that is our finished card. And that didn't take us long at all. So, and after you've done your own card, you will see how easy it is. So there's card number 1. Oh, just a minute. Just a minute. You can, because I was going to do some stamping on this. So you can, for the inside of the card, we can use some of the red hollies that are on there. And it doesn't take long to do a little bit of stamping on the inside. So let me just do that. And then we will do some with the evergreen. Now that didn't take very long at all. Now there are, like I mentioned, some leaves. And you can go all the way around or just put that little bit in and glue that on the inside. And now our card is done. So there it is, with a little bit inside, a little bit of bling, and I hope you like that. Our second card is the Fun Fold card, which I remember doing one of these a long time ago, and there's different ways that you can do it. Different ways that you can do this fun fold, but it's like a pop-up from the inside. It's a bit of a M or W if you do it upside down. So that's the second card that we're going to work on. And let me see. I put it where I could find it. So this is our standard card of 8.5 by 11, cut at 4 1/4. So again, it can go either way, but because of the way it's going to pop up, we are going to do it this way. So the first thing I did was just do some stamping on the front, and I used this star. And the design on this is just so pretty. So I did 6 stars. And that, along with the sentiment, really is the only stamping that we do on this card. So we have these really lovely doilies that are in the catalog, and I've got the page numbers for you on there. And you know, you buy these products and you think you have ideas, and then I don't know what happens to the brain, but it seems to disappear, and then you rediscover ways to work with it. So that's what I did. Came across them and I thought, oh, I need to use these. So you just put it on there again, just for a little bit of dimension. And we have the big star. Now I used the adhesive sticky tape, which you can peel off. Like you put it on your paper on the back, and then you die cut it, and then it has a full adhesive on it, which is a lot easier than having glue all over your fingers. But you know, we learn to use things the hard way. Okay, so there we go. Doesn't that look nice? So we'll use the adhesives again on the star, just to get it on there. And then on the inside, so I put that on the inside, kind of centered it. And the different stars that I got from this punch, which is from the another set called Stars Are Shining, and it really was so appropriate for all the stars on this particular card. So I took some of the stars that came from the punch and just randomly stuck them on the other stars. So there was a number of sizes, so it doesn't really matter. And then got a little one here. And a little one here. I better center those a little better. Okay, so while we're letting that dry, the mechanism for the inside of the card is very simple. It's 1 inch, which again, it could be 2 inches, whatever you want to work with, but I just used 1 inch, and it's 11. So in order for it, it's the same size of the card, but in order for it to do what we want it to do, we fold it in half, and fold each part in half as well. So you have 4 equal parts. And that's how simple that part is. Now we're going to just use a little bit of our two-sided tape. I find that that is the pretty strong. So it's nice to let the card dry while we're doing this. Okay, so turn your card over, and you want it to go. Just going to say, if it goes the wrong way, you can just refold it. So it is a good idea to give a little bit of space, and I've got this closer to the bottom so you can have a sentiment. On the top, or make a nice comment. And so that's what it looks like. Okay, so you could almost put another piece of tape on there. I wonder if that, no, we're just going to leave that. So I have 4 squares, and 2 of the red squares I put a piece of the vellum on. So I just stuck, here, let me just show you. We have 2 pieces there, 2 gray ones there, and we will just stick those on. Does not matter where you put them at all. They can go triangular, they can go whatever you would like to do. And then we get 2 here. Okay, and then what I did was I did 2 gray ones to go on some stars that are over here. And again, they have the double-sided adhesive on there. So we'll put a gray one on this time. And see how nice that is. It's so much easier than, especially when it's fine, to get, you know how it is, the challenges of getting glue all over everything. And then on these two, I put gold sparkly stars on from the red foil paper. And there is our, oops, too much glue on that side. There is our Fun Fold M or W card. There's the W and there's the M. So I don't know what you want to call it. And the sentiment that I did from our house to yours is to go on the front. And I'm just going to stick that a little bit under there. And that is our second card. Now you could do, with this set, of course, there's the Christmas stockings that you could easily put on each one of those and on the cover. But I just love those stars. So that is the second card that I've done. I hope you've enjoyed these cards, and thank you very much for joining, and for your subscriptions and your very, very kind comments. I do appreciate it, and thank you very much. And I hope that you enjoyed these cards and that you will make your own. So I do have a great week, and I will see you next week with some more ideas. So have a great week, and we'll see you again shortly. Bye for now.